Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are the Batman. I'm Mike.
And this is Matthew.
I'm laughing because like we had a fun episode for this week. We recorded it Wednesday night. It was a lot of fun. We laughed a lot. We had a great time. We liked things together. It was awesome. And then DC saw that and we're just kind of like, you know the scene in Schitt's Creek where Moira grabs the mayor and just slaps him across the face a whole bunch of times about getting a contract?
Slap me like a bitch.
Sign the contract.
It was that DC saw our show and said, no. So we've got some stuff we got to talk about. So we're recording this Friday morning. It is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when we are recording this. Oh man, Matt, let's start with how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. It's been the June has been June. My
June.
Busy. Yeah. And then July is going to be chill. August is going to be nuts. But
yeah,
for the most part, everything's. I keep forgetting to bring this up.
Okay.
There is a Kickstarter for one of the comics I wrote called Thief in the Night.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
It's out there if you guys want to go check it out. But I am inching closer to being done with freelance work for writing, and will probably do something of my own, but not for a while. So that whole has been nice.
I won't talk about what I do for my day job too much, but what I will say is, as I work in marketing for a local nonprofit, and all of our projects just wrapped. So summertime for us is usually take a deep breath, go on vacation, but it's also wall to wall meetings to start planning for the next season. So I can tell you this, I've spent the majority of this week in and out of meetings, and because I'm on the marketing team, the majority of my contribution to the meetings is, yeah, that sounds great. Let me know when you have stuff for me to put on social media. It's like I can't do anything until this thing actually happens. So yeah, this all sounds great. These all sound like great plans for 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're actually ready. But I have to actually just be in this meeting. So yeah, so I'm with you. It's professionally, it's I'm in kind of the calm where it's also at the end of the day, the busiest I am is I'm just sitting in meetings. So yeah. I will take that over some of the swampiness that comes with the busier times of the year. And there's also just I think since we're jumping in and doing some breaking news anyway, I will say there's also just a lot of great stuff to watch right now. The Boys just started, and episode 4 4 episodes in, this show is in I have to get mentally ready to watch it now. Each episode is so heavy and involved. And then House of the Dragon just started, had its season premiere, and that too is a show you have to get ready for, and the ending was so draining. So lots of stuff to watch right now, lots of stuff coming, which we're going to be talking about here in just a little bit. Have you been watching anything good? And I also, we're going to talk about this later, but I also just rewatched Superman Unbound recently for no reason whatsoever. It popped up on it was after watching My Adventures with Superman, popped up on my suggestions on Max, and I was like, I feel like I've watched that. I remember this, but I don't remember anything that happens in it. And I watched it back, and I think I texted you 10 minutes in, dude, other than the animation being terrible, this movie kind of rules. And I watched it to the end, and I was like, no, seriously, why don't more people talk about this movie? This movie's awesome.
Yeah, I think we figured out it had come out 2 or 3 months before Man of Steel, so it just gets lost in the fold of all that.
Yeah, it gets buried.
No, as far as me, I don't want to get too negative, but I think I after the first episode of The Acolyte, I was out.
There's a reason I didn't mention The Acolyte, and I want to be clear. I've enjoyed it up until now. Episode 4 really pissed me off, so I'm kind of you're trying my patience, The Acolyte.
Well, and I will say this before we go into craziness: it's all the writing.
Yeah,
the writing, and then the acting.
For me, it's the editing. For me, the editing is atrocious.
but ultimately, I know I'm usually the one that's oh, blah blah, but it's a bad show. I only did one episode. I was done. So that's all I can judge on it. If something gets better afterwards, I will never know.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Beyond that, I don't think I mentioned this before, but we watched this really cool documentary on RoboCop.
Oh,
It was really, I think it's either Hulu or Amazon Prime, but it's like a 4 episode, hour and a half a piece breakdown of RoboCop. And while we were watching it, my
like the
teenager,
franchise or just the first movie?
just the first movie,
Oh,
just the first one. And
cool.
then she got tuned to it. So we actually watched the movie together. Me, my wife, and she's 18 now. And it was just funny because
Yeah, just graduated too, didn't she?
just graduated, going on to college. It'll be good and bad. That'll be different.
Thank God, one less one in the house. There goes your free babysitter.
She never babysat anybody. I'm not that parent, not to be weird. Like,
I 1,000% babysat my younger siblings growing up. But we also had like a 10-year age gap.
yeah, no, it depends. Like, it's one of those like she like the past week. It's, hey, you're at home doing nothing.
Yeah,
They're at summer camp, like not even a quarter mile away from the house. You can go pick them up and bring them home for an hour.
right, yeah.
But it's never been like, hey, your mother and I are going out to dinner. Have fun. See ya. Bye. You know.
Oh no, my parents were straight up like, congratulations, you just became childcare operators. Like if we had jobs, like that was one thing. Like it wasn't like we were banned from having a life, but it was pretty much like when mom and dad need you to watch the kids, you're watching the kids.
Yeah, I do my best not to. Like if it's one of those, like, also she's with her dad on the weekends.
Okay.
So the prime time for that. But no, all that to say, we enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
My wife was like, I haven't seen this in years, and I forgot how good of a movie it is. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Like it's really, really good.
it's aged incredibly well right up until the last shot.
Well, it's one of those, what's it called? Yeah.
Oh.
No, the big thing is like it's definitely dated, but not in a bad way. Like it is it's obvious it's future what we thought the future was going to be like in the 80s.
Right. Yeah. It's like when you watch Back to the Future and it's like to 2015 they got flying cars. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Look at our hoverboards. Yeah. Remember the hoverboard that came out in 2015?
Yeah. Not the same. Not like
doesn't hover.
Not Daniel's hoverboard from Transformers the movie.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
That was 2005. That movie takes place.
Shut up.
I know. Nearly 20 years ago. Everything is futuristic, though it never happened.
We've already bypassed Blade Runner too. We're only 25 years. We're a quarter century away from 2049. So, well, you know what? We're not a quarter century away from, Matt.
Tell me.
Batman Cape Crusader, which is hitting Amazon Prime August 1st, and they have officially revealed the voice cast. Now, they did this through a YouTube short, which I'm not going to pull up here, but I will just go ahead and read them off. So Hamish Linklater from Midnight Mass is going to be Batman. Christina Ricci is going to be Catwoman. Jamie Chung is going to be Harley Quinn. Diedrich Bader, who we knew was going to be in the show, just didn't know who he was going to play, is going to be Harvey Dent Two-Face, with more roles to be announced in the future for, this is a list, man: McKenna Grace, Reed Scott, Dane Donahue, Gary Anthony Williams, Jason Watkins, John DiMaggio, Crystal Joy Brown, Michelle C. Bonilla, Eric Morgan Stewart, Tom Kenny, and Minnie Driver. Good Lord, and we know that it's like J.J. Abrams and like Matt Reeves produced, like this show has power behind its throne, baby. Like this, DC's coming to, and I think the voice cast is what's really hammering this home. They're coming to play with this show. This isn't just Warner Brothers writing a check for Zack Snyder to finish a movie. This is like, no, we're putting some effort into this. We're putting some talent. This isn't just Bruce Timm getting to have his fever dream. This is a project, baby. Oof.
Yeah. Well, and I like it too, because like this is he looks like he does in his first appearance. So this is definitely well, I'm assuming it's early Batman. So when I hear that,
everything we've seen and heard is that it's like very like pseudo 50s noir like kind of thing.
Well, I mean, just even in his character's career. So because he's wearing that suit he wore in his first appearance. So that's where I'm like, who are all these people playing? Because, like Minnie Driver's the one that intrigues me. Like I'm wondering who she's playing.
I am too, because like Minnie Driver is one of the like I really like Minnie Driver actually quite a bit. And that show that there was this sitcom on ABC that she played the mom on with it was the guy from Big Bang Theory and the kid was in a wheelchair. He had God bless the dude from Reno 911 was like his caregiver. It was hilarious. It ran for like 3 seasons on ABC, which is amazing on the Always Be Canceling network.
Yeah. And it's also interesting because I'm going to have a quick lame claim to fame.
Yeah.
And I did a short film for a college student back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And that kid is who like produced and created that show.
The kid, well, because the kid in the I was saying the kid in the wheelchair, like the show is based on his life. Like he wrote the show, which is incredible to me because the show is so funny and so just heartfelt. Did you find it?
I'm trying to find it.
I know it was. I think it was like a 1-word. It was like around 2015 or something because it was right when I started. I was working at an ABC station at the time, so like it was right around that time.
Is it Speechless?
Speechless. That's what it was. Yeah, because the kid can't talk. That's the whole freaking thing. Yeah, it was Speechless. It was really, really funny. She plays the mom in that. And it was kind of the first time she'd been in anything like big, in a lead role in a long time. And I mean, a lot of people like me included were kind of hoping that would like lead to a lot more stuff from her. But I think just because it was like a comedy, it just didn't. Which is a shame because it was really good. But yeah, but also like McKenna Grace has been having a really nice resurge in her early career because like she's been in the new Ghostbusters movies. John DiMaggio is always good to have in anything animated. Who else was another one I wanted to bring up? Tom Kenny, obviously. I love Tom Kenny. Tom Kenny's a great actor. He's so good. I really just it really has me thinking. And we talked about this when we revisited all the animated series. Was the last animated Batman series we had was Beware the Batman, and it was so bad they haven't done one since.
And you'll hear that episode in the coming weeks.
Hear that episode eventually, because that's well, no, we did that one already. That's the one that we already. That was the when we revisited the timeline of them. We did that one.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Yeah, the one you were going here this week was about theme songs. You'll hear that one eventually. There will be some out of date information in that episode because we recorded that on Wednesday.
It'll be fine.
We literally were like, well, if we ever hear anything about Batman Cape Crusader, and then like 2 days later, DC was like, all right, bet. But it seems to me that's like they are, and especially and also like I know it's not animated, but like Gotham Knights was such a monumental failure. So to me it seems like, and they've been working on this for a long time, this is our first outing back into animated Batman on television. We've kind of got the dream team back behind the scenes with Bruce Timm and everybody. Let's put our best foot forward. Like, let's not have another Beware the Batman. If we're gonna do another Batman animated series, especially in the current climate of like 5-star animated shows for grown-ups that we're getting constantly, if you're going to do a Batman one, like the standards are high, the bar is very high.
Yeah.
So write the check and get the best people that you can for this. Who on this voice cast, Matt, are you most excited for?
Oh, Christina Ricci.
Right.
And her as Catwoman. That's one of those times where you go like, yeah, they've always cast really amazing Catwomen's on a lot of the shows. Like I think on Batman Brave and the Bold, I don't know who actually did it, but I think she's just one of those staple of voice actors. There's not really a big name behind it.
Yeah,
but like
I'll look it up.
But Adrienne Barbeau was Catwoman in Batman the Animated Series and
was the standard.
Yeah, and then Gina Gershon, is that her name? I think that's her name. She was Catwoman in the Batman, which is really one of those like, wow, you guys got her.
Gina Gershon was Catwoman in the '05 animated series.
Yeah, Gershon, not the Star Wars girl.
No, not Gina Carano. Gina Gershon, the one from like Showgirls. Of course, that's the reference I pull. Right? It is 10:15 in the morning, and my brain is not on yet.
Yes, she was.
Okay, Gina Gershon. Yeah, she's been in like a million movies. She was in that. Oh, what's that one with Matthew McConaughey and Juno Temple where he's like a hitman or something? It was like an indie movie.
Joe or something like that. Or
yeah, like Hitman. Yeah, something like that. It was dark and messed up. It was a good movie. She was good in it. Yeah, I did not know she was the voice of Catwoman in the Batman. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, I mean, when you really get and I mean really like think about it, other than Halle Berry, and that wasn't her fault, but other than Halle Berry, we haven't really had a bad Catwoman.
Yeah.
I mean, like even going all the way back to like Lee Merriweather, awesome Catwoman up for Adam West. So was Eartha Kitt. So was, oh my God, I'm blanking on the third one. Who was the third Catwoman in the 60s? It was Lee Merriweather, Eartha Kitt, Julie Newmar. Oh my God.
How did I pull that?
How did I not? How did I am upset with myself. It's because Lee Merriweather is my favorite one, actually. But like all the animated voice ones that you just mentioned, Zoe Kravitz in the Batman, movie, Anne Hathaway for what she was given in The Dark Knight Rises was great. Michelle Pfeiffer for the longest time was the standard. I mean, like I said, other than Catwoman, which you could almost write off as just a fluke because it was the most DC movie ever made. We haven't really had a bad Catwoman.
Yeah. Nika Futterman was the voice of Catwoman in Batman Brave and the Bold.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I did not. I never.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one.
Did not know that actually. So it's a great. Again, the show is a month and a half away because it's June 21st. This comes out August 1st on Prime.
Yeah.
So that is 5 weeks, 6 weeks. That's not far. And there's a lot of other stuff streaming right now, like we mentioned at the top, to kind of get us through. But like man, August 1st cannot get here. I don't know which DC TV show I'm more excited about for the latter half of this year. And that is not a sentence I thought I'd be saying.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, I found it interesting that I don't know how much of the article you actually read. That sounded
I
weird.
have it up in front of me right now. You're right here. Okay. I'm looking at it right now. I got all this from Batman-news.net, guys, by the way, or .com, Batman-news.com. We get most of our news from there, so check it out.
I just meant more like they talked about they had to record separately because they recorded during COVID.
Oh, you're talking about the actual interview with the voice actors. Yeah. This has been in the can for a while.
So I'm wondering, I'm trying to figure out how long ago did DC turn on or reject it or decide not to carry it? Because that was almost, so I'm just wondering, like, did it take this long for them to find a home and it's been really done this whole time?
I really don't know, because also we know that animation studios have kind of been working beyond their limits in recent years.
Yeah.
So there's that. We know that this was developed under the old guard at Warner Brothers Discovery or at Warner Brothers DC. So who the hell knows?
Yeah.
It's really impossible to say because the organizational structure was just such a hot mess. So it's really, really hard to say. I mean, that I feel like that's something that either we'll never know or it'll come out in a behind the scenes interview or something. Like either someone's gonna have to break their silence, or we're just never gonna know, probably, because I feel like DC, especially going forward, if it doesn't come from James Gunn, we're not gonna know about it. Stuff like that, especially because this was an old guard project. They're trying to sweep a lot of this shit under the rug and just move forward. So while I want this, which takes me into like, well, I hope this show is a monumental success. I'm also worried that it might not get more than one season unless it absolutely dominates.
I mean, it's on Amazon Prime. I think the fact that its home ended up being one of the bigger streaming services is
Mhm.
a plus. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because it could have wound up on a plus.
Yeah.
And fine, other than Disney Plus, all the plus services suck.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. August 2022 is when they announced they were not going to carry the show. So I'm
so
willing
it,
to say it
it
was
took them
already
2 years.
done.
It was probably already done.
So on March,
Yeah,
20, yeah, yeah,
I think it's just going to depend on how it does because again, like DC and Warner Brothers are trying to recoup a lot of money. You know, with
yeah,
that whole deal, that whole restructure involved taking on a serious amount of debt because
yeah,
Warner Brothers was in debt when that happened, and they are trying. That's like it's not a great reason, but that's why Batgirl got canceled. That's why the what was it, WV versus like Wile E. Coyote movie that I want more than anything right now. That we're never getting. It's why a lot of this stuff got canned or moved around or whatever. It's why Blue Beetle got moved to being a movie instead of a show. Remember that we're a movie instead of a streaming movie.
yeah.
So
So
let's go into another. You know, we talked about obviously Christina Ricci as Catwoman and never really having a truly bad actual Catwoman. Um, Diedrich Bader being on this show. Now this is one we knew about kind
yeah,
of by accident because when they first announced the show wasn't going to be carried at Max anymore, everyone thought the show had been canceled.
yeah,
When in fact they were like, no, we just finding another home for it. It hasn't been canceled. We're just not going to put it on Max. Diedrich Bader posted on Twitter at the time, like, well, I'm in this show. When was somebody going to tell me? And it led to a whole like, oh God, wait, no, not canceled, not just moving.
yeah, just moving. So yeah,
So
then everybody had to go nuts because he's the one who voiced Batman and Batman Brave and the Bold, and
and on Harley Quinn, he's also Batman on Harley Quinn.
and he's done 2 or 3 of the movies.
I'm pulling it up right now.
He does
First of all, Diedrich Bader's real first name is Carl. Didn't know that. That kind of ruins it for me. He played Batman.
the Batman Scooby Doo one. It's Scooby Doo and Batman Brave and the Bold. He plays Batman in that.
Yes,
He plays
I'm
Batman in Trapped in Time.
I'm literally just hitting search Control F Batman on his Wikipedia filmography. So he was in a couple of video games as Batman, and then he's a Batman and Harley Quinn. There was 4 episodes of that attempted Mad revival they did with the animated like
Yeah,
Mad TV revival. He did Batman on a couple of those because it was around the same time as Brave and the Bold. He was in the Batman 20 as a couple of just random characters. He was the voice of Zeta in Batman Beyond, which was the spinoff for the pilot. I don't think he voiced him on the Zeta project, though. I think somebody else took over. Or no, I'm sorry, he was Zeta on the Zeta project. I actually did not know that. Go figure.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
It's okay. It didn't live up to Batman Beyond because they did a redesign. They cheaped out on the animation. It wasn't as good. But he also was Batman. You were right in Scooby-Doo and Batman: The Brave and the Bold from 2018. He was the voice of Lex Luthor in Superman Red Sun animated movie, which not bad. He was the voice of Batman in JLA Adventures Trapped in Time, which you mentioned, and I think hang on, he was the voice of Batman in 2021. There was an episode of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? He was also the voice of Batman on an episode of Young Sheldon, which I forgot about. That was actually quite funny. Young Sheldon, good show. That season finale had no right being that sad. How dare they? No TV show should make me cry that hard. Disrespectful. Anyway, so Diedrich Bader, no stranger to DC and no stranger to Batman. So when, like you said, when he was like, well, I'm in this show, everybody was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Excuse me. What did you say?
The show we've been waiting 2 years for that's now getting delayed has who in the cast? Do you want to tell us anybody else who's in the cast, yeah. Diedrich Bader?
And nothing for nearly 2 years.
Yeah, and especially once, and I distinctly remember when we heard James Gunn was taking over. I think we even speculated, like, does this mean the Cape Crusaders getting axed? Because we hadn't heard anything yet at that point. So so Cedric Bader's playing Two-Face. How you feeling about that?
He's not a bad choice. He's always good when he does voices. I just think it's odd that he is currently being Batman and he's being a villain at Batman on the show. Now, I also say that not knowing if the Harley Quinn show did production before or after this one, because if this was during COVID, that's 2020.
Oh, it was already running at the same time, because you got to remember Harley Quinn started back when it was called DC Universe.
I guess that's true. Yes,
back on the original app. So yeah, so he's been Batman on that show, because that's why they got him. Because got to remember, at that point, it's like, hey guys, he's currently Batman and already in the studio working on something else. Can we just have him come down the hall for 20 minutes?
Yeah. So
that's how voice acting works, guys. Behind the curtain.
I'm intrigued. The fact that he is one of they announced 4 people, right?
They announced Batman, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and Harvey Dent, with a bunch more actors, but not their roles announced.
Yeah. So I'm just curious, does that mean Two-Face is in the show a lot and he has a predominant role that they would announce him?
So. Well, he's officially credited as Harvey Dent. So, and since we're also getting a different / kind of OG pilot take on Harley Quinn, and from some of the stills we've seen, what looks like different / OG takes on like Clayface and all that.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me think, are we playing with Two-Face's origin too? Because it wouldn't be the first time we did that.
And that's fine.
Yeah. I'm always down for something different as long as it's interesting.
Yeah. So that's my only thing. Like beyond it being, in my opinion, kind of weird that he's voicing 2 characters of the same thing at the same time. Like, fine, depending on what he's doing. I mean, but I have all the confidence in the world he can do it. But that's the only weird thing. Also,
I think the 2 projects are so wildly different from each other, and they're also on different streaming services. But like his Batman, like Harley Quinn is like a hard rated R, 1000% satire, not meant to be taken seriously in any stretch of the imagination. Whereas this Batman Cape Crusader sounds like it's going to be more like, no, this is we're not that they're not putting effort into Harley Quinn, but it's like, no, this is meant to be like a serious take. Like, this is tonally, it's going to be so wild. And again, like you said, Cedric Bader is a voice actor. He'll be unrecognizable. I don't think we'll even notice.
I mean, that's hard to not recognize, what's it called? Nope, I've never heard that before. Nope. I think kick your ass.
Yeah. But I'm also, you know what, I'm actually a little shocked by, and maybe it was just a scheduling thing because he's already got so many things. I'm surprised Alan Tudyk wasn't on this list. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
because Alan Tudyk's in everything, and who's to say if he's not going to be playing like a random chicken or something in this, because that seems to be what he's good at.
You know what I would love? I really liked him as Superman in Justice League War.
Good Superman. He's a good Superman. Well, he's half the voices in Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
He's Clayface and Joker, and I don't know which one I like more, to be honest with you.
No, my favorite scene in that whole thing is when Batman's throwing all that crap at him and he starts trying to hide, and he's like, I can still see you. He's just like, you're screwed, buddy. You're not surviving this.
Still see you.
But speaking of Batman,
yeah, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend here. Hamish Linklater, most notably recently from Midnight Mass, but you may have also seen him. I mean, this guy's been in some things, man. I'm gonna, in case you don't know who we're talking about, let me go ahead and not you specifically, but the people at home. Let me.
Yeah. I kind of cracked up because
this guy.
See, and that's how I know him, because I know him from the Crazy Ones.
Yeah. See, I knew him from the New Adventures of Old Christine. So
what is that?
It was a sitcom with Julia Louis-Dreyfus that my mom watched, and
okay.
Yeah. We live at home.
Yeah, no, so I remember that show, and he was great in it. But it was one of those, like, it kind of reminds me of dude who's playing Superman and My Adventures of Superman. He never would have been on my list of people who could do it.
No, not even once. not even no. Like who is this dude's agent? Who is this dude's agent? He's also, I forgot, he's really good in the newsroom. He plays a prick, but he's really good in it. Yeah, not mad at it. Not even a million miles close to anywhere on my list. Which is kind of the beauty of animation, is you can really get who the hell ever you want.
Well, and you know, I always say is like, if you're cast, there's a reason you're cast. You
Mhm.
know, you're not, and this is a show. This isn't a movie, because I know Andrew Romano would talk about, you could tell what TV shows I've watched, you know, by the casting I'm putting in the movies. You know, so it's
Right.
like you watch like Superman on what'd you call it, Superman Unbound.
Yeah.
So that means she was watching Castle, White Collar, and is it The Wire that Adrian Brody was in before Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I mean, Homicide: Life on the Street.
Yeah. So it's like that's why he was the voice of Apocalypse and
Yeah.
I mean Dark Side and Man Apocalypse. Anyway, point
Yeah.
being,
That's why you get Denethor. I can never remember his name.
Noble.
John Noble. That's why you get him to play Brainiac, because at the time he was on Fringe. Yeah. we just looked this up the other day. It is so early in the morning for me. I got back from a gig in Columbus last night. By the way, shout out to the Saturn Sports Bar for having me. Thank you, Caitlin Minowski. I got home. I was on the road all day yesterday, and I woke up like, I have to get up and I can't drink coffee anymore. So like, I don't even have caffeine to like get me ready. I know it sucks, dude. Welcome to my life.
Is it caffeine that you can't have?
Yeah, it's caffeine. Yeah. No caffeine.
All right. Well,
yeah. No, it's not a great way to live, buddy. Yeah, I know. No, it's not awesome.
Digital hug.
No, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I'll do my Baymax. There.
Thanks, Sheldon. Yeah, like Hamish, dude. Hamish Linklater, he's so good at playing an asshole, and I feel like a Bruce Timm 50s noir inspired OG take on Batman's gonna need to be kind of an asshole. He's gonna need to be kind of that, like the not that I think this is going to happen, but like this is, we're pulling from the era of Batman that in the first appearance of the Joker, he tied a noose around his neck and lynched him with a helicopter. Like, this is not your mama's Batman.
Yeah. He carried a gun and threw criminals off rooftops.
Yeah. So you need, and I mean, the pictures we've seen have been like him in like burning buildings and shit. So it's like, and if we're getting a dark, twisted serious take on Harley Quinn, it's like, yeah, we're going to need a Batman who's kind of an asshole, I think.
Yeah. No, it's always that whole thing of like, it's more fun. Like that's where I was actually this in one of our previous episodes, and everybody picking Jensen Ackles as Batman for live action. And I'm like, I know it's kind of on the nose, but like, I can't say I've liked him as Batman. He's not terrible, but it's because you know him so well, you can tell he's putting on this voice to be Batman.
I like it, but you can tell that he's kind of fanboying out a little bit in the recording booth, but I also feel like they haven't given him the best stuff to work with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the best stuff in the Tomorrowverse has been Superman focused, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Long Halloween was fine, but it's just the Batman stuff hasn't been the best. So.
Yeah. But that's where like I'm very interested to see what he brought that they decided to cast him. And because again, like this is also a show.
Yeah.
You could be stuck with this guy as Batman for the next 6 years. Well, 5 years.
Yeah. Well, and it was picked up for 2 seasons. So we're getting it. I'm reading it right now. So it was picked up for 2 seasons by Amazon Prime. So we're getting at least one more season out of this.
Yeah.
Which is
what's the longest running Batman cartoon?
Oh shit. Is it Brave and the Bold?
No, it's the Batman. It had 5 seasons. Everything else had 2 or 3.
Batman
series has 4.
It had 5 seasons, didn't it?
Had 5 seasons.
It had 5 whole seasons. I don't know why I thought it only had 4.
No, it had 5. Batman the animated series technically has 4, even though it's 3. And then,
but as we've talked about many times on that show, that is a loaded discussion.
Point being, I just thought it's so. Anyway, you could have him for 5
I
years.
don't know why it feels like Brave and the Bold ran for longer than that.
Had more.
But granted, I also binged it all at once last year for the first time, so it's different.
To be fair,
yeah,
5 seasons at 13 episodes apiece.
That's true. They weren't full seasons.
But they were cartoon Saturday morning seasons.
They were Saturday morning seasons, not primetime seasons.
Correct.
So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So August 1st, season 1 kicks off, and we know we're getting a season 2. Look, we got 4 stellar leads on this show, man. And a lot more talent in this supporting cast than I think I even know what to how to wrap my head around. So super excited for this. It's not the only DC Batman thing we got coming to television.
That's true.
And we may or may not be getting one of them a whole of a lot sooner than we thought we were getting it, because I don't remember if it was ever made official that it was coming in November and we reported it that way, or we just figured it was, because at this point we were like, it's the middle of summer and they said fall. It's got to be coming later at this point. No, the Penguin's dropping in September, Matt.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because that means now we've got August, from August till September. Because do we know how many episodes Batman Cape Crusader is? Does it actually say?
We can. You vamp.
I don't think it actually knows, because I'm curious, are we going to have DC overlap, or are we going to have back-to-back DC? Either way, we win. Either way, we win hard. But I want to know what to get excited about.
10
episodes.
10
so we're going to have overlapping DC. That means that before Cape Crusader is over, the Batman will have, or not the Batman, the Penguin will have started. Yeah. And the Penguin, I believe, is running for 10 episodes as well.
Okay. Well, I think it's funny. IMDb already says there's season 1 and 2
of the Penguin,
of Cape Crusader.
Well, yeah, we said that's what we were talking about. So maybe we missed that last time. I don't know. But so if the Penguin also runs for 10 episodes, which is what I think it's doing, we're getting, like, I think consecutively, if I'm doing the math right in my head, 18 weeks.
Yeah, because that means Creature Commandos.
TV. And that will carry, well, the Creature Commandos we know is in December. So that won't carry us all the way to Creature Commandos, but it gets us pretty close.
8 episodes. It's 8.
The Penguin's 8 episodes.
8 episodes. The series consists of 8 episodes.
Okay, so that gets us. That's more like 16 weeks. So that gets us into November at least, but it doesn't. So that'll. But honestly, that's fine, because November is a bad time to drop a new show, I think.
Yes.
So that, and then that gives them all of November, and we're assuming it's Creature Commandos drops at the end of December. So then that gives us basically 2 months to promote the shit out of Creature Commandos before it drops.
Yeah.
But either way, we're getting about 16 weeks of overlapping DC streaming TV, culminating with The Penguin starring Colin Farrell. And not only did we get a confirmation that it's coming in September, but Matt,
yeah, we did.
We got a new trailer.
Let's check it out.
And it says official teaser. This MFR is 2 minutes long. This is a full-blown trailer.
So then that means we're probably getting another trailer at Comic-Con.
I don't know anymore. I don't know if we'll get another trailer. We might get some more behind the scenes stuff, but but that's cutting it. Well, again, we don't know official dates. We just know September. So we haven't seen this yet. It came out yesterday. We were busy, so we're gonna put this up now and watch it here for you guys, and then we'll clip this out and put this up on YouTube separately as well. For those who want to just watch the reaction. I got to get these graphics fixed where it's not doing this, but whatever. All right, let's. I'm gonna turn this. This tends to be loud as shit. So, and I also bet you $5 is there's like a stinger teasing the teaser at the beginning of this teaser. I will bet money on it. There's a trailer for this trailer.
I'll be calling the shots.
I called it. Stop doing that. That's from The Batman. God, look at that. Ha!
What that madman did.
Still looks like a little penguin nose in there.
Listen, Sal. Carmine Falcone
There
is
he
dead.
is.
And I'm here now. I'll be calling the shots. The Falcons are still licking their wounds. They're distracted.
Huh.
The business will be ripe for the taking.
My father's been dead a week. You want to take what's mine?
Oh.
I'm the daughter of the Falcone Don, but he's dead. The family thinks I'm broken. I'm not broken.
So we're getting the Falcone kids fighting for the throne.
You and me, kid. We gotta take whatever we decide is ours. Because no one's gonna give it to us. We're not without a fight.
Penguin, you work for the family. You will do as you're told.
I refuse to let these old men push me aside again. So I'm going to take from them now. And I'm going to force them to their knees.
What is it you're really after, Oz?
We're gonna tear down the empire from the inside out.
You know, Oz, people underestimate you, but not me. I've always known you were capable of more.
Oh. This looks so good. This looks so good. I'm so excited for this show, man. Oh my God. Dude, this show looks so freaking good. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It'll, the thing I'm very interested in is how many times do they do something like this? Just everybody in general, not specifically DC.
Right.
And then the next movie comes out, and zero of what happened in that show reflects in the movie. I'm looking at you, Marvels and Secret Wars or Secret Invasion or whatever. Like, but everybody's done it. There's been a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited and intrigued to see if anything that happens in the show has something to do with the movie.
Well, Matt Reeves has, because Matt Reeves has said time and time again, this show is the bridge between the Batmans 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That he has said that time and time again. I mean, literally, like the moment they finished production on that movie, they started on this show. I mean, they are filming on the same sets. It's the exact same crew, same cinematographer. Matt Reeves is behind the whole thing. You've got, I mean, this is truly, this to me feels like what I think Marvel initially set out to do with Disney Plus. But because the MCU at that point was so big, I think they kind of bit off more than they could chew, because this is kind of its nice own little pocket of DC.
Yeah.
You don't have as much homework to do. We're just playing with characters. Our lead, we spent a 3-hour movie with our lead, just getting used to him and getting to know him.
Yeah.
So now we can focus on him, have a few more supporting characters, like Sal Maroni was talked about. This is a show for people. I mean, The Batman was very much a movie for Batman fans, and this show, like, it's not here to convert new people. And I don't think this show is going to change that. But but to me, it's just like, yeah, this is how you do the world building. You have your main story going on in the movies, and then you expand the world in your supplemental story so that it's like, hey, you don't. Barry Kripke said the same thing about The Boys and Gen V. He's like, you don't have to watch one to get the other.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they will lightly reference each other, but you don't need to know anything. Yeah. And I think that's why, like, what the MCU sought out to do was bold. Applause for the attempt. And I think it's hit more than it's missed, but it's missed hard a few times.
Yeah.
This is so self-contained that, and also, again, like when you've kind of like with Batman Cape Crusader, it's like, hey, if we're going to do Batman on TV, write a check and
Do it right.
because the smartest thing they're doing with the marketing for this show is it is Colin Farrell forward.
Yeah.
Because the man is fresh off an Oscar nomination for what was the movie? Oh my God. I didn't see it, and I heard it was really good. Barry Keoghan was in it. Shit. Anyway,
Continue.
Nominated for that. That was he was nominated for that the same year that the Batman came out, and everybody thought that he was going to get nominated for the Batman just for the complete physical transformation alone. Not to mention that he just completely disappears into this portrayal of this character. So
The
really,
Banshees of Inisherin or whatever.
thank you, Banshees of Inisherin. That's right. Heard it was great. It's amazing. Our Penguin, both the Penguin and the Joker from this universe were in a movie together. Interesting. So I lost my train of thought because I'm just so excited for this show. My excitement for this show is like I've peaked, dude. I am so excited for this show.
No, I just want Clancy Brown to be in the movie because I love Clancy Brown.
I don't know if he's making it out of the show, man. I don't know if Clancy Brown. I'm with you. With you. But I also know that Clancy Brown is a guy that's like in high demand. So I also feel like Clancy Brown's the type of guy who's like, I'll do your thing, but I'm not committing for a very long time. I got other work. Like,
maybe the Batman 2 will be in Long Halloween and he'll be in the movie. I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, anything's possible.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's the refreshing. It's that same amount of refreshing that we're getting with My Adventures with Superman, where it's like, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. I kind of like knowing. I kind of like just like getting to just watch a trailer for a show and like, I don't know anything that's going on or that's about to happen. And I'm just so excited for the possibility. Like, this is like I was a big Sopranos fan. So like, this is everything I loved about the Sopranos. This is everything I loved about the Batman, the movie. Like I want it right now, man. I need it to be here like as soon as possible. Man,
it's going to be awesome. We're going to have fun. We're going to have things to talk about.
We are going to have such a great fall. Shit, we're going to have a great end of the summer because August 1st is so close. And dude, again, like the last chunk of 2024 belongs to DC, man. And probably the early part of 2025 because based on when Creature Commandos comes out, like,
yeah, because not to be weird, but I know Deadpool 3 comes out in July.
Yeah,
Captain America.
I'm going Thursday, the Thursday night showing for that one.
Yeah, I think I need to. Captain America, that's not till next year.
I believe so. I believe that got pushed to next year.
What is it? New World Order now?
I believe it's now called New World Order.
Yeah, it says 2025
or
February 2025. All right, so it's 2025. All right, so yeah,
I think Deadpool's the last Marvel thing for this year.
Yeah, because even Daredevil got pushed to next year, didn't it?
Yeah, because they went back and reshot the whole thing because of the because of the shakeups that happened because of the strikes that were very much needed. It was because Marvel finally was like, okay, yeah, we're going back to square one on Daredevil Born Again, and they did. And
Thunderbolts. When does Thunderbolts come out?
They just wrapped production.
So it's 2025 as well. Okay, so
they
Deadpool
just
wrapped. Is literally the only thing coming out. This year.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, look, Marvel said they were scaling back. Marvel said they were going back to quality over quantity, and I think everybody breathed a big sigh of relief with that. We were all like, yes, because it was starting to feel like homework, and not even like the fun homework where it's like go home and make 3 different kinds of spaghetti and rate your findings. That was an actual assignment I had in school at one point in elementary school. Kids are dumb. They need to give us weird things to learn. So DC and DC's been having a great couple of years with comics anyway. And I know like the cinematic stuff has been kind of a hot mess, but I think ever since James Gunn's announcement, we've all just been waiting and we're getting closer and closer. But I honestly don't know what I'm more excited for this year. I don't. I mean, I know it's the Penguin, but like I don't. But I mean, like a new Batman animated series that is being run by the OG powerhouses with a stellar cast, the Penguin coming out, Creature Commandos, and finally kicking off things with James Gunn. Like man, it's a good time to be a DC fan. It's a good time to be excited to be a DC fan again, I think.
Yes.
And hopefully for those of you, I know there's a lot of you out there who are kind of in a I'll believe it when I see it mode with DC, which is totally fair. You are well justified in your skepticism. I hope the rest of this year begins to change that for people.
Yes.
I really do. I really hope people start to become proud DC fans again publicly after this year, because it's a lot of good, because I know this feels like there's a lot of bad, but there's a way more good than bad. You just got to know where to look for it. And hopefully that's what we can be for you guys. So,
well, at least
anyway, at least me.
Unless you just listen to me hate shit.
Yeah. Unless you just like listening to Matt hate everything. But if you guys want to hear us like stuff, like I said, we recorded a really fun episode this week about ranking our favorite Batman theme songs. I know it doesn't sound like much. It's a very fun episode. It will be coming out not next week, but in the coming weeks. Keep an eye out for it. It's a fun one, and it's not one that I think we expected to be as much fun as it was, and it ended up being a blast. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If this seems hastily edited, we recorded it the morning of. Got to get it out. So, but it's a great time to be a DC fan, and hopefully you guys let us know down in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. Let us know what you're most excited about, your favorite casting announcement from Cape Crusader. Are you as excited for the Penguin as me? Probably not, but are you at least close? Like, which DC project are you most excited about? Let us know. Make sure you follow the show on all social media at WATB Pod. You can find me at Mr. Mike. Hey, guys, I burp into the microphone. You can find me on social media at Mr. Mike. I was trying to get it out before I burped, at Mr. Mike Shea.
It's okay. You gave me time to internally yawn. You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever it is, at Mr. J.
It's so early. That's going to do it this week on We Are the Batman. We'll see you guys again next time. Same bat time, same bat podcast channel.